What is up, everybody? It's your boy Doody back again with another video, and oh my lord, breaking news: the Snort cast is down and out due to the #1 detractor, Jasper Kitty. I guess Jasper is finally getting revenge for Phil taking his claws. You taking my claws? I'm gonna take your stream. Oh lord. So apparently finally our boy DSP's stream died midway through his God of War playthrough, and it's probably a godsend because that God of War playthrough was terrible and nobody was really digging it. And when Jasper decided to break his capture card, Phil actually went into beg pity mode and actually made some money. So I think he was hovering around 20 bucks. And I think he ended up clearing over 100 bucks after the pity tips came in. But this video is going to focus on Phil and the mere fact that Phil is just hard-headed. When this came out, this was happening and I was watching it, clipping it. The first thing that came to my head is, good. That was the first thing that popped in my head. You deserve this. And why do you deserve this? Because last month in November 21st, you got yourself a nice, fat, juicy paycheck from YouTube, which from my calculations was about $3,000 to $3,500 more than what you would normally get on a paycheck every month. And why is that? Of course, he can thank Team Ico Gamer and the other dent heads who rallied in October and got him over 1,000 memberships, got him extra tips, got him extra super chats, and even Phil had commented and said that yes, November was an excellent month for him. And what did Phil do with this extra money? You would think, since he talks about the business and how important and critical it is to keep the business up and running, you would think that he would invest in maybe a new PC. Doesn't have to be a top of the line PC. It could be a laptop, functional laptop that allow him to stream, even do a little bit gaming on it. That'll probably cost a max $800 to $1,000 for a good one, or even just a PC, a mid-range PC, gaming PC that'll let him stream for about $1,000. You would think he would buy that. Or you would think maybe he would upgrade his Windows. Upgrade it. Buy Windows 10. Upgrade. Do a whole refresh of your laptop. Get all the junk that's there. Get it all out. Start from scratch. Maybe add an SSD card. Get Windows 10. And get yourself a better capture card. You would think something like that if you wanted to do it on the cheap, right, Phil? Invest in the business. And how many times do you say over and over again that it's critical that he invests in the business? You would think with that additional $300 to $3,500 that he made in November, he would invest in the business. No. What did he do? I'll tell you what he did. He bought himself a $1,000 TV when he initially was going to spend about 500 bucks. He bought his wife an Xbox Series S for Christmas when she has a PC game already and a PS4. She has a PC, so why do you really need an Xbox Series S if you already have a PC? If you want, buy her Game Pass, and she can play on Game Pass, right? He bought himself a second monitor he bought himself a monitor to replace a second monitor that he uses. He had two, and he does no editing. He does really nothing with it, so I don't see why he needed to replace that second monitor. But anyway, he bought a second monitor, right? He bought himself, what did he buy? What else did he buy himself? I know he bought himself a couple things, but essentially the big things were the TV, the Xbox Series S. He bought himself a monitor, and he bought himself a controller, right? Remember he said, I need a controller because my other controller was dying. And he specifically said that he used the money that he got from November, the extra money, he used it on that. You would think someone with half a brain would say to himself, you know what? I made an extra $3K. I'm going to take $1,500 and invest that in my streaming system. He could have bought himself some lighting. He could have bought himself a new webcam. He could have bought himself a PC that had a capture card in it, or just buy a really good capture card and just put it on the PC. He could have did all that for less than $1,500. But did he do that? No. But he continually begs and begs for more money for a PC. Talks about a PC stream, doing a PC stream eventually to raise money, raise funds to buy a PC, for the business. And he has done absolutely nothing with any of it. All the extra money that he got in November, in his November check, and the money he's been getting in December, you would think he would say to himself, hey, I'm I'm on borrowed time with this laptop. I'm on borrowed time with this capture card that when a cat lays on it, it malfunctions. You would think that he would say to himself, okay, I'm going to invest this money, for the business, as Phil loves to say. But no, he doesn't do that. He does not do that. What does he do? He treats his business just like he treats his home. He was just talking today about his home, how his home is dilapidated and breaking down. It started with the shower. Now it's a big leak behind. Now there's mold. Now there's electrical problems. Now there is an issue with the toilet. There's an issue with the sink. In his kitchen, there's an issue. The dishwasher doesn't work. He apparently admitted to some cabinets that are being damaged or broken that he never replaced. He admitted to his floor in his kitchen falling apart. Essentially, the whole house is falling apart. And why? Because when you don't fix those small problems in your house, they eventually turn to bigger problems. And when you're cheap and you're lazy and you procrastinate, the shit just piles up. And when the shit piles up, you're gonna need a big shovel to shovel that shit out of your house. You're gonna need a huge shovel. And Phil needs a shovel about the size of his big head to get all that shit out of his house. And then he sits there and said to himself, well, I don't have the money to fix it. What did it cost you to fix a stupid leak in a pipe? You pay a plumber or you find someone a handyman, and you get it done for $100, $200, right? Problem solved. Problem solved. If your toilet is broken, go to the fucking Home Depot and buy yourself a toilet and install it. That's going to run you maybe $200. Installing a toilet, you can YouTube it and actually install it yourself. Right, Phil? But no. You're too lazy. You're always claiming you're busy. You don't have time to do anything. And what you do is you let everything just pile up in your life. And then you sit there and cry and say, oh, that's just my bad luck. No, it's not your bad luck. It's your laziness. It's your procrastinating that are causing these problems to pile up. It's not your bad luck. You know what I mean? I am a homeowner. I'm responsible for my family. I have a lot of responsibilities on my shoulders, and I know that if I procrastinate on something, it's gonna roll into something else. Because when you procrastinate on something, it's gonna put applied pressure to other things in your life. And then if you keep procrastinating more and more and more, all that's gonna lead to is a pile of stuff that you can't fix. And then you become overwhelmed with all these problems that you don't even know where to start to even start resolving these issues. That's what happens with your life, Phil. That's what happens with your life. And that's why you are in the position that you are in. So this capture card is not a big problem to fix, Phil. It really isn't. For a normal person, the problem is you never upgraded your PC to Windows 10 when it was free to do. You never did because you were too lazy to do it. You said, oh, I don't need to do it. I'll do it later, right? So now you're sitting there saying, well, I'm worried that if I buy Windows 10, which might cost you about $100 or whatever the case is, when you can get yourself a key for $10 online, but you're too scared to do that or don't know how to do that. You're worried that if you do that, you may screw up your PC, you may screw up your setup, you may lose some of your OBS settings, whatever the case is, and you're just too lazy. You don't want to put that additional maybe half a day to get all that resolved. And that's why you don't do it. So now you're trying to find shortcuts to kind of resolve this issue. It's either a shortcut or just break down and buy yourself a PC, right? And which is really interesting because you were talking about a PC today. I wonder where you get that extra money to buy a PC now, even though you're still begging your debts, to eventually buy you one. But you refuse. You're just lazy to do that. What you do is on your day off, you just say, okay, I'm not doing anything, but I'm going to resolve my shit. And it's so easy. All you need, and you can fix this and resolve this for about $200, Phil, or about $300 to resolve this shit. You get yourself a Windows 10. You put an SSD card in your whatchamacallit. Maybe put a little bit of memory if you can. You wipe it out. You wipe your PC. You start from scratch. You get a new. You do all your updates. You get that, and then you set up your. You can always back up your OBS settings. It's not hard to do. You put it on a disk. It's not hard to do, or a little flash drive. You'll have it, and then once you have a fresh new PC, with all the shit out of it, all the junk and spam and viruses that you probably have on that laptop, then you can start from scratch, and then your issue goes away. And then you buy yourself a new capture card, voila, you're set. And you don't need to buy a new PC for the crap you do, for the shitty content you pump out, Phil. You don't need a new PC. You don't need a new PC, because if someone were to spend $3,000 on a PC for you, they're not going to get anything other than what the fuck you're providing now. Because right now you're streaming at 1080p, 60 frames. That's what you're doing. So they're not getting anything. You know, what? You might get a faster load speed for your videos, for your uploads. No one watches that anyway. So what's the point? So what you need to do is you need to stop being lazy, and you just need to take the plunge, and you need to, take a half a day, go on YouTube, go to Linus Tech Tips, and figure it out. Worst case scenario, you go talk to Rich, Review Tech USA. He's more than happy to help you out. I'm pretty sure he'll talk to you. You call him, he'll walk you through it and how to fix it. And then you'll have a good PC, clean laptop. You don't have to spend $3,000 on something you don't need, because you're not going to do any PC gaming. And you'll be set. But of course you won't do that, Phil. Why? Because you were lazy, you're a procrastinator, and you're pig-headed. If I were to reach out to you and say, hey, Phil, give me a half a day, I can get you all set up and good to go, and you don't have to worry about this for another 4 or 5 years. And you can save some money and buy yourself a nice PC setup, do whatever, right? But I could set you up, because I could do it. I could help him. What he would say? No, he would call me an asshole. He would say, no, you're a detractor, you're a troll. No, go to hell, eat shit and die, whatever the case is. That's what he would do, because he's pig-headed that way. So you want to live your life that way, Phil? Have at it. You sit here for 2 or 3 hours on your night stream, and you say the same things over and over again. You fucking say, woe is me, and hopefully, you hope that you can actually, get some extra tips for this, which you won't even use to fix your problem. What you do is you dump it on your WWE champions. You've spent over $40K on WWE champions. You could have easily had a brand new setup 4 times over, 5 times over, no, 10 times over, Phil. But no, you want to be pig-headed, and you want to keep living your life the way you want to live it. You want to keep living your life the way you keep living? Fine. I'm going to be here to call you out. Anyway, hope you guys liked the video. I'm actually going to be streaming, so I will see you shortly. Peace out.